Howdy y'all! Today we are back on the Barracuda. As you can see, it's about ready for paint. It is this close. However, today we're actually going to be getting our new steering column prepped and ready to be installed in this car, because as soon as it's painted, it's go time, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get the Flaming River U-joint installed onto our cool eBay special steering column that doesn't have a column shifter on it. So we want to be clean in there. We don't need any column shifters where we're going. Bang shift. So without further ado, we're gonna check out a steering column modification that, hopefully goes well, because there's cutting and drilling involved. And also got some cool new parts for the fuel system and even some brake lines. Top it all off, Bad Tree Production merch box arrived. So we'll be able to be properly prepared whenever paint gets revealed. Alrighty y'all, so we've got our steering column set up in a vise here, preparing to install this beautiful piece right here. Flaming River manual steering column to manual steering gearbox. This does eliminate the original coupler, which is kind of a problematic piece on these old cars, and mine is shot, otherwise I'd probably reuse it. But what we have to do is we got to chop about, looks like 1.5 inches off of this little guy, and then we got to drill a big hole through it. So wish us luck, because, well, it's a one-shot deal, I guess. So let's get to measuring and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully not screw it up. Okay, so step one here. We need to measure 1.5 inches on the bottom of this sucker, because that's how much we're chopping off of it. What we're going to do with our mark in place now, take some of this 1.5 inches that isn't quite 1.5 inches and do a little wrap on it. It'll give us a nice straight line for a guide. It does not have to be a perfectly straight cut, it just needs to be shorter. So that ought to do that. And yeah, it's death wheel time. So make sure you use the dirtiest face protection in your shop. That makes it really best way to not be able to see what you're doing. And we don't need to lose any eyeballs today, so let's just see what we can do here. Alright guys, no turning back. Safety engaged. That isn't straight at all. It'll be fine. Alright, we'll dress the edges up here. Alrighty. Round enough. Let's see if this thing actually slips on here. Yeah, it does. It's a snug fit though. Ooh, it's still hot too. We'll let that cool down for a minute and move on to step 2, which is drilling holes, my favorite. Alright, now that we've got our shaft cut down, polished up nicely, this little guy goes on all the way, and they say approximately 2 inches, and well, we've got like 1 3/4 inches, 7/8. Should be fine, right? Because that's all she's got. Let's just hope that actually fits. Now, the fun part, 5/16 all the way through this sucker. Not looking forward to drilling holes, but let's see if we can get it done with one drill bit. Okay guys, the fun part. We got a little lube in here, and let's see if we can do this without burning up a drill bit. Whoa, got it. It wasn't too bad. It wouldn't be so good. It'd be a lot better if it wasn't 95 degrees. Okay guys, next up, while we're here, we're going to attempt to get some fresh grease in this lower column bearing. They're usually quite a booger. This one is no exception, it would seem. Oh, she's coming. There we go. All right. Okay, now I think, yeah, she's dry. I think we can get a needle in there and get this old girl greased up. Hopefully. That's the goal here. And now that we've got this steering coupler thoroughly seized onto this shaft from the heat of drilling, it's not going to be as easy as it should be. Probably should have done this first. Who wants to bet that the grease gun will run out of grease about halfway through this process? Usually the way it goes. Get nice and slickery in there. It'll probably make a huge mess in the long term, but I would rather a nice smooth bearing. That's probably pretty good. Slide that back on, and yeah, that's moderately better. I'll probably get a little more in there even yet. That's nice and disgusting now. Oh yeah, way better. I can live with that. And we just line up the tabs here. Get everything lined up. Ideally it should just slip back together, right? Gonna need a little persuasion with the small persuader. There's a couple of tabs here. There we go. Alright. Find the screws we lost. Check. Them started back in their homes. There's the other one. Just snug. They do go into plastic, so take it easy on them. Just get them seated. There we go. Much smoother. Very nice. Clean up our mess. And we'll try and get a little grease squirted into the top one too. And also, that hole we drilled, that's for a roll pin. We're going to have to get that in there too. Because without that, it won't steer anywhere. So, let's see, roll pin. In the package. Alright, good deal. Okay. Just like that, one nicely upgraded steering column. No more stupid Chrysler flex joint. Okay guys, to get to the top bearing here, it's got to pretty much get your turn signal stuff out of the way. It's kind of a good thing I did. I couldn't wiggle this out without removing this plate. Reason was, it was smashing this wire, which is pretty flat. That was definitely a short, just waiting to happen. Doesn't look like it actually happened yet, but keep that in mind whenever you're putting this stuff together. Be careful, don't smash your wires. So we'll move the camera around here and I'll show you guys where this bearing is. Okay, so our bearing has got a little rubber boot around it right here, and you know, best way to do this is to actually completely disassemble it. I'm not doing that. We have a little needle here on our grease gun. Get this set up in such a fashion that it might actually help us. And what we're going to do is get our needle under this rubber and make as much mess as possible per usual. Yep. Way too much. It's alright, we'll clean it up. Oh, goodness gracious. And one more there. Here, and clean up some of our mess. Oh, I really hate grease. I guess I'm in the wrong trade here. I think we got that sucker pretty well loaded. It should be nice and smooth. Alright, let's test that. Oh yeah. Much nicer. Alright. Now we just have to put this mess back together. I wash my hands first. And yeah, we'll show you a final product. Alrighty guys, we got the steering column all finished up. Shiny new goodness. Freshly lubricated. Got everything put back together in there for now. We'll be replacing the turn signal switch due to our smashed wiring situation we saw. Also, you can see we've got some kind of questionable repairs and a couple little breaks in the wiring. So that needs to be addressed as well. We also picked up some nice new fuel system parts. We'll start with this little guy. We have a shiny new 3/8 pickup fuel sending unit. This sucker was $30. It was on sale after being on clearance. So, you know, keep an eye out for those kind of deals, guys. These aren't cheap nowadays. 30 bucks, I'll take it. Check out RosevilleMoparts.com. They have kind of a pretty good website there with all sorts of good stuff that definitely is approved. And we've also picked up a little box from InlineTube.com. This hose snake is our new 3/8 fuel pickup. Rear to the front, because, well, the one that I've got in my car is probably 50 years old, and I've had to do some questionable patching on it to, you know, when we got the car running. So that's going to fix that. And while I was there, some nice new rear brake lines for the 8 3/4. 25 bucks. Money well spent. Cost me $5 just to drive into town to get, you know, $15 worth of brake lines nowadays. So that was a no-brainer. A lot less work. So that pretty much covers all the goodies that have arrived recently for the Barracuda. Let's check out the battery merch, because it's going to be important. You'll find out soon enough. You know, there's cars being painted, so we've got to be wearing the right stuff, right? Alrighty, guys, got a package here. Bad Tree Productions merch. Figured, you know, since they're having such bad luck with blown up engines and whatnot, I could show some support. As you know, everyone needs a new shirt or hoodie every once in a while, and well, let's face it, not going to be needing a hoodie anytime soon here in Texas, but I figured we'd just open her up and see what we got. Alright, right off the bat, we got some cool merch from Schultz Designs. Nice koozie there. Ah, yes. Nice hoodies. Went ahead and ordered 2 of these bad boys. One for me, one for my dad, Larry the engineer. Oh, cool. Very nice. And we got a t-shirt bag here. You guessed it. Yes. Bad Tree Cuda. Y'all go buy some merch. They're nice shirts. Highly recommend. Alrighty, guys, that does it for today's episode. Got some good progress done on parts that need to be prepped so we can put this car back together. As you can see, Chad the painter has been hard at work in here, making that a reality. It's not painted yet, but we're all masked. Everything's cleaned. The booth is ready. Next week, we should see some paint. So, y'all stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're not. Make sure you like and share, because this nasty old gray Barracuda here is about to be a slick machine. So, y'all just stay tuned. Kitty.